Namaskar. My guru is saying these words. He says that speed without system is dangerous, and system without speed is useless. So he doesn't say speed without system is bad. He says dangerous. But system without speed is useless. In our languages, there are many proverbs trying to describe that kind of relationship between power and wisdom. And what is the greater good for human beings? Power or wisdom? So obviously the greater good is the combination of wisdom and power. Wisdom and rationality comes from our neocortex. It is the latest of our endowments, and it doesn't work all the time. It works sometime. A very thin layer of gray matter in the brain. It works sometimes, and it has created our civilization for us. A beautiful society, so many marvels in society. But it works only when we feel secure. The moment there is stress, the moment there is danger, there is a special man there in your brain. He comes and then he switches it off and say, okay, now you wait. Now we will use the patterns that we have developed, the different strategies that we have already walked, the pathways that we already walked, and we checked that yes, they are working. So we will go on the known path. We will not go unknown path. So this is how our brain functions. So we have to bring our emotions in accordance with rationality. Two ways. One is emotional response, another one is rational response. So what is rationality? Rationality is basically truthfulness, to understand what is true. From my egocentric perspective, my life is the most important thing. In this moment, my feelings, my life, my comfort and my discomfort, this is what is in the center of the universe. But it is a distorted view. It is not true. First of all, everyone's life is the same. Like my life. Is it better than the life of a cow? I don't think so. Because from the cow's perspective, her life is more important than mine. So if we are truthful, if we are rational, we will think in terms of entire ecosystem. Even the ancient Romans, they used to say, what is good for the city is also good for a citizen. What is good for the city is also good for the citizen. So rationality is ability to see the bigger picture. And not only now, but in the long term. That is the rationality. If you improve the world, you improve your life also. You improve your karma also. If you harm the world to achieve some temporary benefit, you harm your environment and you harm yourself, your karma also. So rationality is to walk on the path of noble actions and path of noble emotions. Now, it is said that sentiment guided by rationality is the most powerful force in the universe. Not rationality alone, it cannot do anything. If you are devoid of emotions, for 3 days you will be taking decisions you cannot take. In the end, when we take decision, we decide what we want to do, if we are truthful. I may explain through rationality, but finally it comes to what I want. So your want, you have to work on that, what I want. So sentiment guided by rationality is the greatest power in the universe. You can say that rationality is like a steering wheel of the car, but emotion is the gasoline when you press the what you call it, the pedal. And the car, you give the gasoline to the engine and the car moves very fast. So you have to combine these two. But how to combine? We need to elevate our emotions to the state of nobility, when emotions become noble, and then we have to develop the strategies in our mind. Like, in the States, the superpowers, they have their nuclear doctrine. Because in case of the nuclear war, there is exchange of these warheads, and it lasts like 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, the world is unrecognizable. So at that time, there is no time to take any decision. Everything has to be pre-planned, and the strategy has to be formulated. So when the moment comes, you have to act without thinking. So similarly, we must have our own nuclear doctrine. What I will do in this situation, in the situation of danger, in the situation of humiliation, in the situation of fear, in the situation, so develop the doctrine. When we use our rationality, when we think, who am I? What am I supposed to do in the world? What should be my principles? What should be my mission in the world? So then we develop that kind of doctrine. So when the time comes to act, you act without thinking. So think a lot to develop the strategy, then act according to that strategy. That is the sentiment guided by rationality. Something that my guru has said has really benefited my life. He said, microcosm is so small, so tiny, so powerless. Basically, every creature is so small. If the microcosms believe that he can bend the flow of evolution to his will, he is mistaken. It will not happen. It will not happen. And you will be frustrated. So many feelings will come, including frustration and disappointment and bitterness in life. So those people are bitter whose hopes and aspirations were crushed by just like a tiny ant. He is there trying to stop the tractor. Tractor will not even notice him. He will be crushed. So similarly, when we don't understand the cosmic flow, and we try to establish my own flow over the cosmic flow, the tractor is going on. It's going to crush you, and you will be frustrated. So what my guru has said, he said, your hopes and aspirations will be crushed unless they are coinciding with the cosmic wish. But if you make your desires to coincide with the cosmic wish, they will always be fulfilled. And it will be very surprising for you. Like, wow, I had such a vision, I had such a dream, and that has come true. I have done it. If you analyze, really, you have not done it. You only dreamed. You only say yes to the cosmic flow, and the cosmic flow utilized you as a tool. And so many factors came together, so many people, so much knowledge, so many skills and resources. Everything came together by the cosmic will for this to be done. Because you have coincided, you have come in harmony with the cosmic flow. So best strategy is to elevate your emotions to match with emotions of God. What are the emotions of God? In human being, we have in the higher chakra here emotions, 4 noble emotions. One is called Vasat, then Vausat, Swaha, Namaha. Vasat means I desire physical well-being for all. Nobody should be sick. Nobody should be hungry. Everyone should have shelter, food to eat, Wi-Fi, internet, and house, and so on. So this desire that everyone, I want to give everyone good things, is a noble desire. Not for me, but for everyone. Because you see, put yourself in the position of God. Everyone is His creation. Everyone is His beloved. So it's not like you are the most beloved. Everyone, He lives for everyone. So when you start to work for the common welfare, you coincide with the divine wish. So physical, then psychic welfare for all, desire to bring relief in the psychic sphere. Nobody should be ignorant. Everybody should be wise, knowledgeable, emotionally intelligent. Everyone should know how to manage their mind. That's another desire. Then swaha, performance of the noble actions. What are the noble actions? Actions without exchange. Like when you exchange, that's business. Like if you have done an action and you're expecting, oh, thank you very much. So when you're expecting this thank you, that's already not noble action. But noble action is unilateral, when you do something without really expecting anything in return. That's called swaha. And then finally namaha. Namaha is the desire, I don't want to play my own music. I want to play my note in the orchestra of the universe, in the symphony of the cosmic. So, and I want to play my note perfectly, whether it is a small note or whether it is very big and complicated one, but I want to play it in perfect harmony with the divine. So this feeling of transcending the ego and surrendering into the cosmic flow and letting this cosmic flow work through you, that's another noble feeling. So if you develop these noble emotions, then you are coinciding with the divine will. And then whatever you do, you are in the flow. Everything is happening. Everything is happening correctly, harmoniously, and you are just bewildered. How is it possible that everything is just working out? That's how you become satisfied. Not by going against the cosmic flow and trying to bend. How ridiculous it is when the drop is trying to bend the ocean to its will. It's stupid and ridiculous. But when the drop moves together with the ocean, it becomes part of the ocean. You see, many inventions, they happened at the time when the humanity was ready for that. And they were happening simultaneously at the same time, like here, there, there. Maybe 2 weeks difference. Somebody discovered it here, somebody discovered it there. So it means we are just a tool in the evolutionary flow. So our best position is to be that tool, to feel ourselves as a tool. So how to develop? First of all, you need to do meditation, to listen to your inner voice, which is always guiding us, to make my mind subtle. Many times people say, why you do meditation? Waste so much time. The husband will tell to the wife will tell to the husband, why you do meditation so much? You should better help me to cook or to clean, something like that. Why you are sitting wasting time? You are not wasting time. You are tuning your musical instrument. Like if you want to play that note perfectly, don't you think that you need your violin tuned perfectly? If you came, there is an orchestra playing and you are trying to play. Will you be in harmony? No. So when you do meditation, you tune your mind with that flow. So when you live as a part of the flow. You're not an individual, you're not untuned. You're moving together. So meditation is the most important part. That's the most important part in the whole concert, is to tune the instrument properly. So sit and tune. One caterpillar has come and listening now to my lecture. So, and then service. When doing service, we slowly shift our understanding about ourselves. Like when I do some noble action, something good, my eye feeling is changing. Oh, I'm not just ordinary person. I'm a good person. I have so many noble actions. So with that changing of the understanding of who you are, you do something good, then you start to believe yourself to be good. And with that changed understanding of who you are, your desire changes. They become a desires of a good man. The more you think of something good to do good, and then you do good, the more it becomes you, becomes your nature. And then you enjoy it also, because you are in tune with the cosmic, you are in tune with divine, and you are enjoying it. And then when you're imagining to come back to the fear, like why people don't want to tune into the cosmic flow? Only because of fear. Let's say the guru has set up the path. Okay, you move like this, do like this. Atma mokshartam jagat hitacha. Live for the liberation of yourself, for the liberation of your spirit, and to the service of the entire universe. Live like this. This will be best life for you. But your fear will tell you, no, if I live like this, if I serve others, then who will serve me? Maybe I will remain poor. Maybe I will remain unrecognized. What about me? So that smallness overpowers greatness. And if you trust the teachings, you trust the flow, do you think you will remain small? If you serve with your heart and with your mind to some idea, don't you think this idea is going to elevate you? Don't you think this idea is going to make you special? Only like this we got the heroes in humanity. They were obsessed with a certain mission they're supposed to do, and they did the mission. And we venerate those people as a brave, as a noble. So why don't I become noble? Because of fear. The fear doesn't allow me. So I need to fight with my fear. And I need to do service, to change self-perception, and to serve, to fulfill my goal in this planet. And I need to do meditation. So in short, your desire have to coincide with the God's desire. Your emotions, I want, has to become His I want. That requires surrender, that requires fight with the fear. Yeah, meditation and service. So system without speed is what? Useless. Speed without system is dangerous. There has to be time to vision, to plan, to structure everything, to make strategy. What is my principles? What is my work? What is my mission? How I'm going to fulfill that mission? So need to spend time in that kind of activity. Once it is done, then act. Act with the full force. Not with the 50% force, but with the full force. Act. Without doubting, without thinking anymore. Just act. You already has done your work of thinking. So these two capacities are very important. Emotion and intelligence and wisdom. Both we need to develop. We need to develop desire to serve, desire to manifest the God's will. And we need to develop wisdom, system and speed. That becomes perfect combination. Thank you very much. Come sometimes to our retreat to learn system and speed. To learn deep and powerful meditation that elevates your emotions so high. When you come out of meditation, you feel so high. You feel so noble. You are above everything, fears and worries, and you are just ideal human being. So, yeah, learn meditation, practice in the retreat in yoga monastery, or come to India. In India also, we have beautiful center called Ananda Sambhuti. We are developing great spiritual center in one holy kind of land. There are many powerful places in that land, and when you meditate in those places itself, they will teach you how to meditate properly. So, yeah, thank you for your attention. Namaskar. Dear friends, because of your donations and contributions and support, our project can grow. I am able to record the useful videos about spirituality, meditation, inspiration, etc. Those who want to support us, you can find the link in the description of this video. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much.